You want you should always look to pressure advantage. Just hit the creeps, just hit them, and hope to God it works out. Because like what's gonna happen is the if even if your AD carry isn't going for the level two, just like as long as you obtain it, it means the enemy doesn't get it before you, and that means you get to play safely. So just attempt to go for it. Harass a little bit, hit the creeps, and hopefully it works out. And if they're pinging you back, you need to tell them to shut up because you won't be hitting them afterwards. Like if they're like if they're on chills and they're like having some shitty mentality, actually hear about the farm or something, like that's their problem. Um, if you play properly and you get the level two, or you attempt to get the experience before they force you out of lane before level two, it really helps you out. No, yeah, it's just like you need to get the experience before the window closes. Because like if they get punished, you're the one that's gonna get punished more than the carrier, right? Because you're the one who has to play up. You're the one who has to make sure they get safe. Like they can hide behind like some creeps and just hit last hit under turret and stuff like that. But it's really important for you as a support because it gives you more tools to defend your carry or go offensively, should the case be. So hitting the creeps at level one, ignore any like shitty like back pings you get. Like it's not they don't understand the game. They're an idiot. Don't take anything they say seriously. All right. Any other questions? All right, here we go. Say you're jungling, you gank bot at level 3-5, get a clean double kill. Would you try to get a tower or dragon? Would you be before things go? Depend on the champion. Um, I can't think of anyone that can do an early dragon anymore. It depends on how clean the guy. Like if it was like really clean and you have a Janna, like the timer you have to take that dragon is near instantaneously. You need to take it like near instantaneously. If you have like a Janna with a lot of mana or in the wave shoved in and stuff like that, it's completely possible. It's very very risky. You need to look at the map and see what happens. If you know that if you know the enemy jungler is going to be, it shows like on the top side of the map, and you have all the time in the world, like say like let's say 1 second, uh, uh, 1 second. So let's say take a look at Rift Kit here. So let's say let me just move this here. So let's say you make the gank here, right? Dead, dead. This guy's like hiding over here because this guy's like a god or a scripter, and then jungler is over here, and you know you manage to get the gank off right over here. You can run over the dragon, like that's completely possible because he's up here. He's gonna die probably because he's shit, and this guy is like playing all the way up here, and so he has to like run back to base too. So you have these people literally running over here, probably spam pinging it over here, trying to say the dragon's up. But if you believe you have the resources necessary to take this stuff, and you see this happen over here, yeah, that's a situation you can take a dragon. Um, um, I I'm not necessarily a big fan of tower pushing early because it really like what it does here. Like the gold is nice, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to be able to abuse the gold here. Like you aren't going to be able to abuse gold here. You're not good enough to abuse the gold here. So probably what you want to do is like get an advantage by like running back over here, getting vision, maybe counter jungling over here. Pretty risky to counter jungle over here. Maybe we can counter jungle over here. Um, so it depends on what you see on the map at that very moment. Like we can like if you have like a ward here early, and this situation happens. Whoops. Like you have a ward here early, you have a ward here early, and then this situation happens. Like you see this, and this guy's still like this is like Shyvana farming up the jungle here, and you're able to steal this dragon. It's pretty awesome. Or if you see like a lot of chip damage early, if you're able to get like half damage on the turret and not do anything else because all of you are so low, that's pretty awesome too. It allows you to come back around and pressure the enemy lane. Like if you get like in that case, I know that this tower's on half, so I might try and get a ward out here, or get a ward out here. And if the jungler once again, if wonderful good old Shyvana shows up here once again, run down here, turret goes down, bam, free die. Does that make sense? Tell me if that's clear. Okay, awesome. Any more questions, guys? Anything you want to know about early game? I'm all ears. I'm here to work with you guys. All right, cool. So we're gonna move on. Okay, Titanic Hydra is good on some champs. Lee Sin is a good example. Jarvan's a good example. Because you want the early damage. So think about it. Lee Sin wants the early damage. Jarvan wants the early damage, and they usually build into some form of like warrior enchantment. So you go warrior enchantment as a Hydra, makes the champion relevant. Trying to think of other champions that is good on. I can't think of them off the top of my head. It's fine on Jungle Riven. Rek'Sai benefits from it quite well. That should be it though. It's fine on Garen. No, you just want to go Nocturne. No, you want Blade of the Rune King, Devourer on Nocturne. Garen is fine on, honestly, because it allows for a lot of damage. It just allows for a lot of straight upfront damage. So you like Q proc, auto Q proc, spin, ult. They're probably dead, especially if they're vilified. Yeah, that's pretty much it for champions that are good with it. Can't think of any other ones, especially looking at the list here. If you want to play Tank Shaco, that's fine on him. Yes, that's a thing now. God bless. Riot in their champion building. Renekton's good with it. Yep, that's correct. Vi. No, you're better off with You're better off with Brutalizer into. You're better off with Brutalizer into Black Cleaver. You just want the biggest thing about Vi is HP plus CDR is what she wants. So if you want damage, you build more Brutalizers for a Ghostblade, and then you build into Black Cleaver and Tank. Hexdrinker is also a viable option on Vi if the enemy team is very AP heavy. Titanic Hydra is inefficient on her because she's capable of tons of shred. She's capable of and like if you want to buy one of those expensive items, you probably just want to buy Trinity Force. It's just a better item on her. I'm not saying build Brutalizer into Black Cleaver. I'm saying buy Brutalizer for the stats. Brutalizer is wonderfully efficient on Vi if you want to snowball early. Wonderfully efficient. This is something I learned from FJ9's girlfriend, Allie, that you just want to buy Brutalizers if you want to snowball your damage, and buying things like Sheen and no, even still like going Brutalizer is more than fine. I promise. You can build Brutalizer into Ghostblade. It's pretty strong, actually. All right, so any more questions? I apologize for the length, everyone. We still have quite a few slides to go through. I'm gonna speed up the lesson at around 9:30. Simply because I know people have things to do tonight. Well, does anyone actually have anything to do tonight? Like, can I sit here and talk to you guys for a couple hours?
Yes, I go to work.
Okay, what time?
Midnight your time.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So you probably want to like eat and get a shower in beforehand.
Yes, I would like to be out of here by 9:30 Central, so 10:30 your time.
Okay, that's not a problem. I hope you guys are learning something from this because I don't know. Like I could be ranting into dead space. So anyway, so we're gonna leave early game now. Awesome. So we're gonna leave early now. We're gonna talk about mid game. So mid game. It depends what happens, right? So sometimes you win lane, sometimes you lose lane. Not everyone. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's gonna win every single lane. Um, you know, so we need to look at what our goals are to win the game if we depending on if we won or lost lane. So let's go over winning lane. So the first thing you need to look at is when you're winning lane is can I take my tower and do something with it? If the answer is yes, you probably want to take your tower. The second question you want to ask yourself is can I kill my land opponent over and over and over and over and over and over? If that's possible, you probably want to do that and just like play up like 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 a complete and total jerk and just try and kill them several times over. This requires warding though. That's the biggest thing that people miss. This requires warding heavily because now have a bounty on your head. You are now destroying someone that that and they're praying under their tower that divine intervention will make your computer DC, or the jungler will sit in their lane for the next 10 minutes, attempting to give them some sort of room to farm up. You might not even need wards if you're able to double kill them. So things like that. If you're able to rotate 4 objectives, map wide, we're talking dragon here. We're talking other turrets. We're talking teleport. In top lane, very important. We're talking about roaming down and getting kills and stuff like that. Do so because you're winning lane, right? You have the opportunity to do this. It is we're talking around like the level 7, level 9 range. So just think about objectives and when they're up and how you can impact the game in your own special way. The next thing I want to talk about is power spikes. Understanding when you power spike is very important. Understanding when you're stronger is very important. Corki Trinity Force, Irelia Trinity Force. Let's see here. Those like iconic ones. Vayne, Blade of the Ruined King. Once Vayne finishes Blade of the Ruined King, she completely destroys Caitlyn. Which is generally considered a counter. Ezreal Trinity Force, Manamune. These things start coming into play, and you need to be aware of them, whether it's on your team or the enemy team. If a power spike is early, abuse it. Start rotating. Start rotating. Start rotating. Start rotating. Start rotating. You want to rotate? Yes. Yes, Joe. Yes. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Highlight the fact that you need to rotate when you're stronger. Rotate when you're weaker. You need to understand how to move around the map and abuse your advantage, especially when you're ahead. You AFK. You AFK when you in base. You AFK in base. All right. In all seriousness, it's very important that you understand when you're stronger. And when you know you're stronger, you need to make plays. You need, whether it's for towers, whether it's sieging second mid, whether it's establishing vision in the enemy jungle. Establishing vision is a win condition in itself, right? If you get the vision down early enough, that means you can like attempt to make picks and stuff. Let's go over vision now. In fact, all right. Let's go back to good old Riftkit here. So let me just erase everything.